Hi, my name is Trevor Sammons and this is my wife Karen, and we're with Inspired Method Marketing in Edmonton. Today what we want to talk about is YouTube videos and why it's important to have them for your website to create content.
So I want to share a quote with you from Gary Vaynerchuk. The more content I put out, the more luck I have.
Cool. What does that mean?
Well, that means the more stuff you put out online, through YouTube, through all the social media channels, the better chance you'll have of people finding you.
Awesome. Hey, just a quick fact for you guys. YouTube is the second largest search engine and only 9% of businesses are actually using YouTube. And that is a big problem that we want to help people solve. So, the biggest problem that we see today is clients need more business, they want more business, and they know they have to create content, but they don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it, and they don't have time to do it. So with that, we're just gonna go into this video and tell you guys some tips, tricks, tactics on how to do this better.
Okay, so I have some questions for you.
Cool.
What are some of the different ways to create content?
Well, some ways to create content, or the most popular way that people have found out there, is to write blogs. Writing blogs. So sitting down and writing content, writing out information, telling a story, or making social media posts. That's another way to create content. Or you can repurpose other people's content. Let's say you find an article online that you really like and enjoy, and you think your users would really enjoy learning that information. You can repurpose that and put it onto yours. Now, you can't copy and paste and call it your own, because that's a big no-no, and it's frowned upon by most people. It's called
Even
plagiarism and stealing, so don't do that. But one of the most popular ways is by writing blogs.
So what's the minimum length a blog should be if you're looking to generate that web traffic?
That's a good question. I've talked to a few different SEO companies, some people that I trust, and it's been anywhere between 500 and 800, but really the target would be a 1,000-word blog. Now, that might sound daunting.
Wow.
But it is possible.
How long does that actually take to write a 1,000-word blog?
Well, just to let you know, I wrote a blog for a client a few weeks ago, and it was about 800 words. To add onto his page. Now, it's just straight up writing because you know, he's not the writer, and that's what he's hired us to do, and I don't want to take something and copy and paste like a lot of companies do. When you hire an SEO company, a lot of times is they'll farm it out to another company, and which is fine. They want to, you know, economize time, but you have to be careful, because what you'll find in a lot of cases is they will be plagiarized copy from another place, and then when Google searches your site and it notices that, hey, this is copied from another site, you don't get any credit for it, and it actually demotes you in the Google rankings. So what you have to do with a 1,000-word blog post, I take generally 2 to 3 hours. 1,000 words can take up to 4 to 6 hours depending on how well you write. But for most business owners, it's a 0. They're not going to do it, because 1,000 words, think about back to school when you were writing, let's say, an essay or a book report, and you had to do like 300 words. That took you like 7 weeks, and you did it in the last 10 minutes. But still, it takes a long time to write 1,000 words.
Yeah, if you're a good writer like you, it's fine, but someone like me, I have to work a lot harder, and it takes me actually a week to write a blog. Yeah. So what's another way you can get 1,000 words of content? The point of this whole video is YouTube. YouTube videos is another way that you can get 1,000 words. How do you do it? Well, let me tell you. When you are, the beautiful thing about YouTube is it auto-transcribes for you at the end. So you say the words get translated and printed out for you, and you've got some words that you can use for your content. Now, what's the desired length? Because we want 1,000 words, how long does that take? 1,000 words is approximately a 10-minute video. So you're answering questions that are relevant to your industry, and of course the keywords that you want to rank for your website to be found on Google. And it takes about 10 minutes of discussion
to get to that 1,000 words. That's the magic number. Are you gonna go over it and under it here and there? Yeah, probably, but it's the fastest, easiest, most efficient way to get 1,000 words.
And so how long does it take to produce that 10-minute YouTube video?
Now that is a good question. To actually make the video, well, it only takes 10 minutes. So a little bit of prep time in the beginning to write out your introduction, a series of questions that you want to answer, just like we're doing here, and then to produce the video, to get your intro, outro, and load it up into YouTube should only take about an hour. So you can either do that yourself, or in the case of Karen and I, that's our job, that's what we do, we help you guys out with that. But yeah, it should only take you about an hour once you get a little bit of practice and skill with uploading it into YouTube. You can also hire a VA to help you with that. You get the video made, and then you can send it to a VA who can upload it into Google. There's a lot of different ways for you to do that.
So is it important to have that video perfect before you post it?
No. Long answer is, or the short answer, nobody's gonna be really watching your video. The whole point of this is to generate content for your website so you get found a lot easier, faster, and ranked higher when people search for you on Google. That is the point. Now, unless you're really beautiful and you're trying to create a personal brand, and people are going to be going to you as the go-to source for information, yeah, people are going to watch that. But for most businesses, it's really about generating that content. That's what we're going for. So it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be polished, edited, fancy intros, outros, wipes, slides, music, all that stuff. You don't have to do that. You can, but you don't have to.
So how common is it for people to search YouTube versus other search engines?
Good question. YouTube is the #2 search engine in the world that's used today. #1 is Google. Now, coincidence, Google owns YouTube. So people are searching YouTube a lot. Over 73% of adults in America are using YouTube every day. It's huge.
It is. So if you have your content on both YouTube and your website, it's more likely to be found that way?
Yes, absolutely, because the two intertwine, right? The whole reason that search was invented in the first place is for content. People are looking for information, right? So when you have content in both places, YouTube and Google, remember #1 and #2 search engines in the world owned by the same company, they love that. They love it when you are using their platform, putting content out on their stuff, and it just bumps you up higher in the rankings. So yes, the whole point behind this is getting you onto page 1, because where do all websites go to die?
Page 2.
Page 2, exactly.
So are there any advantages to putting both the video and the transcript on your website?
Yeah, absolutely, because most people aren't going to read the words. And once you see a transcription come back, you're gonna see why. Because there's a lot of misspelled words, there's no proper grammar, sentence structure, none of that is there. It's purely the words that you've said, and it's being translated by an audio program, by an AI instrument, and put out onto words. But the key thing is you get the value from Google because of the words, because their bots can't see video and pictures, but it can see words. So you get the value of that. Now, most people aren't going to be reading those words, so that's where the video comes in. If people want that information, they're going to watch that video.
So what else could you use these videos for?
Oh man, you can repurpose these videos across all your social media channels. You can repurpose them as guest blogs. You can cut them up in little pieces and use them for advertising. Where I would repurpose them would be for LinkedIn, for people who are, in my space, for small businesses, giving them tips, tricks, and tactics, and try and draw them to my website, right? So use them on all your different social media channels.
Thanks, that's a lot of great information.
Cool. And I guess that's all we have for today, yes?
Yeah, I think just remember to subscribe and like this video if you liked it, then we know we're on track to giving you more great content.
Awesome. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. And as you can see, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay. Thanks.